Hello, hello, and welcome back to the E.G.C. And welcome to another recommendation week where I give out the comics that I read throughout the week and give out my opinions about it and why I recommend them. But as usual, let's get right into it. So, first up, we actually have Zorro, issue number one. This is done by Howard Chakins and Jorge Fornes. Howard is he's the writer and Jorge is the artist. So this one is actually a short three series, but now I did was talking about how I wasn't really trying to keep reading short series, but Zorro is kind of the exception just due to Zorro's going to be having another series called Zorro Legacy. I'm not too sure that if they're going to be connected or in any sort of way, but just in case, I definitely wanted to give this one a chance. And I actually was pretty happy about it. Now, this one, uh, Zorro's more like a vigilante, if you would. And for in this or how this starts out, he's actually helping out some revolutionaries and but they end up having a traitor in their midst and it ends up sabotaging the ship and but they were able to save the ship before it sunk, so it wasn't no real major damage. So that was lucky and good for them. But they're on a hunt to figure out who is the traitor. They end up starting to find out who the person really is, but then they he ends up escaping. So and now he's actually on the trader is actually on the way to California or to America in general. So Zorro is actually going to give chase, and that's where the issue really kind of ends. I thought it was pretty good. I haven't thought anything about Zorro since, I mean, all the way back into the old live action TV show, which I mean that was always fun and cool to watch when I was a kid. And reading Zorro kind of brings back good memories. So, I mean, if you know who Zorro is, he's a pretty cool dude with his rapier and his whole getup is actually really cool. I really like this one. This is a good series. It's only going to be three, so it's not going to be too much for this one. But like I said, the Zorro Legacy should be coming out fairly right after this one ends. So this is Zorro issue number one. Now, next up, we actually have one that I have digitally, and it is Shredder, issue number eight. This one is by Dan Walters and Sin Coton on art, or Dan Waters is the writer, and Sin Coton is on art. Now, from the last issue, from in issue seven, we know the Dogstar clan is actually hunting down Shredder, trying to take him out. But Shredder being Shredder, I mean, he fights four super powerful turtles at once. So I mean, he gets jumped all the time. So he's used to fighting people at very disadvantages. So they are having a pretty tough time trying to take him down. But the Wiz Kid, the one that gave the Dogstar clan all the cybernetic augmentations and implanted the virus, he's trying to control them, and Shredder ends up finding out. And now Shredder's like, okay, well, we just need to take this guy out. So he makes it pretty known to the Wiz Kid that that he's about to take him out and about to free the Dogstar clan. And so I mean, it ends off like with him like essentially hiding out in his little fancy building, so that's super protected. So but Shredder's going to bust in there and take it out because he wants to free the Dogstar clan to have him join on the team because as we know, Shredder is not actually, or the Foot Clan doesn't actually follow Shredder no more. So he's looking for his new army of ninjas. So I'm actually excited for the next issue because how this one ended was pretty well. So we're probably gonna have another really big fight coming up in issue nine, but this is issue eight, uh, the Shredder. So definitely check it out if you haven't already, or if you like TMNT stuff. So next up for the next issue we actually have Dick Tracy, issue number 17. Now, this one is by Alex Serga, and uh, what was Michael Morsi. So those are the two writers, and then you have Gerardo Borges. I'm not too sure how to say the last name. I mean, we know by now I can't pronounce anything, but I've been loving Dick Tracy's work. I think Alex Serga, Michael Morsi, they're doing really well writing in Dick Tracy. I love a good detective story, and how this one has been going has always has met my expectations. I've been enjoying this. So we know from the last issue that Flat Top is actually secretly working for the feds, and he's doing like all the dirty work, like he's doing all these random killings and all behind the scenes. But Dick Tracy doesn't really know because I mean supposed to be hidden, and he's all trying to figure out who Flat Top really is. And then you also have the gang war with Lip Manus and Carpice, because Carpice is trying to take over and Manus is trying to keep his territory. So there's a lot of good portrayals in this issue, and how this is going to end, how it ended this issue was so good. But how the next issue is, oh, I actually can't wait. This one is going to be the next issue and this issue. Oh, I mean, the next issue is probably going to be better than this issue, but this issue was really good. They're definitely trying to set up Dick Tracy, Flat Top, and a lot of other gangsters are trying to set up uh Dick Tracy to be a villain because they're all like spreading rumors that Dick Tracy is really evil and he's working for gangsters. So they're trying to paint this picture, and Dick Tracy's trying to find out why. Of course, we know the our good friends for him doesn't really believe it, but they don't. They have no proof to help stop him, and it's looking worse and worse each issue for him. So I can't wait for the next issue. How this one ended, I feel bad for our good man Tracy, but next issue will definitely be a good one. Definitely check this one out. This is Dick Tracy issue number 17. So next up, we actually have a DC one, and it is Deathstroke, the Terminator. Now, in Deathstroke, in this one, this is by Tony Felice on writing, and I'm not really sure how to say the last name, but Carmine D. Yes, but he's the artist, so very very good. Of course, we get some more backstories about how all the mercenaries and assassins end up making more rules of why we never really see like any of them stepping over their toes or trying to take out the same target. So it's done really good. So I like the little backstory we get, and then the fight scene between Deathstroke, and Dead Shot and Dead Blow or Death Blow. I think it's Death Blow. Yeah, yeah, Death Blow and Dead Shot. Sorry. How that entire fight was going was done really well, really good. Of course, Slade or Deathstroke is trying to figure out who killed Wintergreen, but it turns out that kind of just like how Six Tracy's going, it's a setup. So people believe that Deathstroke took out his best friend Wintergreen, but other people believe that, or well, Deathstroke is trying to find out the truth now because he just found out. So it was done really well. I love the fights that was going on between all three. So of course, this is a good recommend. This is issue number 3, Deathstroke the Terminator. So issue 4, I cannot wait for that one either. Now, my pick of the week was actually a pretty shocker because I kind of forgot that they haven't introduced this person, but I'm actually really happy that they did. And it is Crystal Ball, but this is G.I. Joe issue number 22. Now, of course, it's written by Joshua Williamson, and on art is Andre Milana and Lee Lowridge. Now, Crystal Ball, if you read the Real American Hero series, we all know that Crystal Ball, he's like a hypno. He is a hypnotist. He makes people see things that's not really there, or not see things that something should be there. He's mind controlled other people, and how Joshua Williamson has written Crystal Ball into this one, because everything's about Energon, and they're using Energon now. It, I think Joshua Williamson, this is one of probably his best series. I love his work for this one. It's done really good. How Crystal Ball is being used, it's really, really, really well done. Now, in this issue, we get Risk, Baroness, and Stalker. They're going to back Pakistan, Pakistan over here. So in this place, because there's apparently Energon there. So because they're getting readings of Energon, but also who's getting readings is Cobra. So Cobra Commander, he sends Mercer, Destro, and Destro's new lover, or in this series lover, Astoria. So we have her over here, Astoria, and Cristobal's, he has cameras set up everywhere. So he's watching all this and he's like sending in fear signals so everyone's seeing stuff that they can't really see. So I'm really loving what Joshua Williamson is doing with G.I. Joe. It's really, really good. The art of course is always still good. And the story is meets my expectations and beyond. So definitely my pick of the week is definitely G.I. Joe issue 22. And that is all I have for my recommendations. Now it was 5 issues. I think it was still a pretty good number. So definitely good work for all those comics. Now, as usual, if you have read anything that I didn't mention, definitely feel free to put in the comments. Tell me, just tell me all about it. Or you don't have to tell me the whole story. That's a little too much. Just t- and I will probably check it out. I kept tongue twisting over, stepping over myself. Sorry. But if you read something that I did not mention, please just put it down in the comments and I'll probably check it out. If you read anything that I did read that I did show, tell me if you liked it or tell me if you're not, or no recommendations or good recommendations. But as usual, stay safe, be well, and have a good one.